This is a 2009 Toyota BB, or sometimes referred to as an XB. The tools you're going to use are an oil filter cap. The oil is going to be a 0W-20, and then I used a ratchet and a number 14 socket. I learned throughout this video that you actually don't need an oil filter cap and are welcome to place the ratchet directly onto the oil filter. This is where your reservoir is going to be. It's directly under the hood to the right side if you're looking at it from the back. And I just place the ratchet on top and use both hands to break torque. You're welcome to use a bigger ratchet. Once torque is broken, I took the socket off the ratchet and twisted it by hand. Make sure not to drop the screw into the oil pan because the oil is going to be very hot. And then just let the oil drain. While oil is draining, you can grab the oil filter cap and place it on said ratchet, and then break the torque on the oil filter. There are two oil filter types, cartridge and spin-off. This car is a cartridge type, and that's why in your new oil filter box, there will be a little plastic piece that I'll show later on that you will use with your ratchet to drain the oil filter for your oil filter house. I have been used to the spin-off, and that's why I use a ratchet and the oil filter cap as being shown currently. But again, if you don't have an oil filter cap, you're welcome to use the ratchet and the plastic piece that I will show you. The oil filter drains a little bit, that's why you should put a pan underneath and completely take it off. So this is the new oil filter, and this is the plastic piece that I was showing you or talking about before. These are going to be the rings that you'll replace the old ones with, and that's your new oil filter. Again, this is what a cartridge type looks like. So you'll take the old oil filter off and dispose of it properly. And then there should be a little lip for your finger to grab onto that old ring. And you'll take that one off and dispose of that one as well. In that bag, there should be two rings. You're going to grab the bigger one. It should feel lubricated, like there's a type of lube on it. And if there isn't, you're welcome to place a little oil onto it, but you're going to put it in the seated spot for it. It's going to be the lowest ring on that oil filter house. Then, if you flip it upside down, there's a little cap that you can take off with the ratchet, and there should be a little oil in there that we just dumped as well. There's also a ring inside that. That's the smaller ring that was in the bag, and it might look like it's too big for it, but it isn't. Just make sure to use two hands. My friend actually helped me. So we push that ring down, and then you're going to place that cap directly back onto it, and then tighten it with the ratchet. Then you're going to grab the new oil filter, and it should fit in there perfectly. After, you're going to take the whole assembly and place it back where you had taken it off. Make sure it's seated properly and that there isn't any friction. After, you're going to torque it to its desired number. I just make sure it's in there very tight. Don't over tighten it because that can be bad as well. Then you're going to place the screw back in the oil reservoir, first by hand and then again with your ratchet and the number 14 socket. After, I wiped excess oil off both the reservoir and the oil filter house. Then you're going to take the cap off where you're going to be placing the oil. Then you can grab a funnel, wiggle it a little just to make sure it's in there, and then grab your oil. Again, this is 0W-20, and this car takes 4.5 quarts. This is a 5-quart bottle, but you're going to just place it, fill it up until you get there and put the lid back on. Yay!